This is a very important key to success in 2026. It's called the key of persistence. My philosophy pegs it that the key of persistence unlocks the padlock of resistance. I've always told my students of psychology that winners never quit and quitters never win. The world is full of people who never made it at the end of the tunnel just because they gave up so quickly. There are people who were almost to get to their promised land, but because they gave up the very last minute, they never made it. Now, my eye-opener to you is that this whole world acts like a jungle. And in the jungle, there are rules. And the most fundamental rule is survival for the fittest. Only the strongest species survive. If you really want to make it in this year 2026, giving up should never be an option. You should never ever give up on any instance, regardless of the situation, regardless of the circumstance, regardless of the geographical location. Giving up should never be amongst your options. You ought to pursue your destiny regardless of what it takes until you make it. If it's knocking, you ought to knock until the door is open for you. If it's seeking, you ought to seek until you find it. If it's a matter of asking, you ought to ask until it's given to you. Therefore, if you are hell-bent to making it, regardless of the situation you are in this year 2026, persistence is key. You ought to do it until you get to the finishing line. Why? Because winners never quit and quitters never win. I'm leaving you with this fundamental quote that the world is the rule of the jungle. And so, if you really want to make it out, you ought to be the fittest. And it's not about being special, no. It's all about doing it consistently and persistently. In this year, never take no for an answer. In this year, quitting is never an option. In this year, turning away back is never an option. It's about no retreat, no surrender. We shall pursue until we get to our destination.